Fillomino is played on a rectangular grid of squares, and your goal is to divide the grid into blocks. Each block must contain the number of cells similar to the number in the cells of the block. So a block with number 2 is always 2 cells big, and so on. A block cannot touch a similarly sized block, horizontally or vertically. Empty cells can belong to any block. Let's try to solve one. We start with this cell here. If the cell below it is not a part of the same block, it would become a separate block of size 1. But it must belong to a 9 size block, meaning it must be connected to the cell below. Now 2 cells and we need 9. Hence, we need to connect to the 9 on the left side. And now let's look at these 8 cells. There are 2 values here that need to be a piece of a 9 size block, but there are a maximum of 7 cells we can use for it. And all the cells around except for this one have different numbers. This means this cell is a part of our 9 cell block. Now let's look at this 2 here. To make a 2 size block it needs to connect to the cell above, because it's the only cell it can expand to. Similarly, to expand our 9 cell block, we need to connect it to these 2 cells, and then these 2 cells. This 2 over here is now isolated with only other cell it can expand to. These 4s here can expand up, but for 1 cell at best, meaning they need to expand down for at least 1 cell. This cell here has 1 cell below it can expand to, but it needs to be a part of a 6 cell block, meaning it has to expand to the right. Similarly, this 3 can expand to the left, but only for 1 cell, meaning it also needs to expand to the cell to the right. This 2 is left with a single expansion option. And now let's look at these 4 cells here. The question is, if they belong to a single 6 cell block or multiple ones. 2 block would require a total of 12 cells, and assuming 4 of them are on the board, we'd need another 8. Clearly enough, we don't have that many free cells, so all these marked cells must be a part of the same block. What's more, we need to connect these 4 cells using only 2 empty cells. And there is only one way to do this, by using these 2 cells. Going back to our 4 cell block, we now have only one way to complete it. If you recall the Fillomino rules, 2 blocks of the same size cannot touch, meaning this cell can't be a part of either of the 3 cell blocks around it. There's also not enough space for it in the 6 cell block. So what do we do? Well, this clearly must be a separate 1 cell block. Now both 3 cell blocks are left with a single way to expand. After we mark them, the 2 cell block is also left with only one possibility. And, finally, the last cell on the board must belong to the 9 cell block, because right now it has only 1 cell. There, puzzle solved. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you want to see more logic and math puzzles.